I didn't see you there. Let's put this thing in this old crappy laptop. First, we need to open this box. So, let's go see what my cousin Dustin's doing. Hey, Dustin.
Yo.
Is that my e-back battery?
Yeah, why?
Oh. Anyway, here's the hard drive.
What do you want me to do with this?
Open it for me.
Okay. We'll come back to this later.
You got it?
Yep.
Oh.
What's that for?
That's for my laptop.
Oh, you're upgrading the old vinyl cutter computer?
Yep. That should do just fine.
Good luck with that.
Alright. So, like I said, we're going to put this hard drive into this laptop. First, I want to show you how slow this thing is. Also, the main function of this thing will be for that vinyl cutter right there, if you scooch back.
I refuse. Oh.
All this thing's going to be for is to run that old vinyl cutter. So, this thing is from 2006, and it came with Windows Vista. We put Pop! OS on it, Linux, and that actually sped it up quite a bit, but it's still rather slow, so we'll show you the boot time currently.
So that's from 06, and the vinyl cutter's from the 90s?
Either late 90s or early 2000s. And
it
it works just fine.
Yeah, the whole system works.
So,
now
I have an encrypted password, which I'm getting rid of when I put this new hard drive in, because it just adds more time to the startup, and frankly, I don't see myself needing an encrypted password for a vinyl cutting laptop.
So this is specifically, that password is for disk encryption.
Yeah.
But this computer is not vital to anything, so who cares?
Alright, so here's the... Alright, this is where it takes forever.
3 hours later.
I will probably put a timer up, especially to ignore that. I'll probably put a timer up now. So currently the specs of this thing, it has 3 gigabytes of RAM, because that's what it came with. The max it can have is 4, and it has a 320 gigabyte, I believe, it doesn't say. I'm pretty sure it's probably a 5400 RPM spinning hard drive.
Which is garbage.
Yeah, so I'm upgrading to a 1 terabyte. I think it was an 870 Evo, which
it was massive overkill.
It's going to be overkill for this, but it'll probably won't even run at full speed because this CPU is garbage. But like I said, all it literally has to do is run that vinyl cutter. Still booting. So this is all still part of the boot time. I'm going to have a running counter.
I'm really curious to see the difference in boot times.
Yeah, me too.
What was the Windows 10 boot time, like 20 minutes?
So this thing came with Windows Vista, if that says anything, and then they upgraded it to Windows 10, and it took, if it booted at all, if it didn't fail to boot, it would take about 15 minutes to load.
Ugh.
You click on a program, and it took roughly 5 minutes to load the program. Which, actually, I forgot how old it was, how old the CPU was. I bought 16 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, not realizing that there's limitations, and this thing can only take up to 4 gigabytes.
Total.
So in about a week I have 4 gigabytes. Alright, there we go. So I'll stop the timer, see how long that actually took. I'm guessing probably 5 minutes or so.
Alright, so this is the main graphic design program for this setup, Inkscape.
Yeah.
Running under Pop! OS Linux on a turd from 06. Oh my gosh. This is painful. Like, I think the original iPhone was more responsive than this. It had more powerful hardware. I swear.
So
here we go.
having another gigabyte of RAM will probably help a little bit, but I don't see it helping a ton.
Z-swap. Compressed RAM should help,
Yeah.
assuming the CPU can handle doing so.
There we go. Let's take this thing apart.
That's cheating.
This thing doesn't have a lot of torque.
Have you tried turning it off and then back on again?
No.
You should try that. Can you adjust the
One
torque
longer
fault?
screw.
Yeah, I don't know where that's supposed to go. Does it have a torque fault setting that you could adjust?
No.
Does it have any settings you can adjust?
No. All right. Now, pop this off.
Break it immediately.
All right. So, pop these screws out. Actually, no.
You can pull that whole silver tray out.
The whole tray just comes out, yeah.
Slide.
Just like that. And this is what's in there.
Garbage.
Yeah, garbage.
Hot garbage.
So, now, we can remove this.
And then drop the screws into the laptop chassis.
Exactly.
Nice. It sounds like a bunch of angry bees.
All right, so, just like that.
Can I have that?
No.
What are you going to use it for?
Pop this in here.
You got it facing the right way?
I think so. Yep. It went just like that.
Nope, I don't think you did. I think you got that wrong. Are you second guessing yourself now?
Nope.
You should be. That's satisfying.
It is.
Almost as satisfying as your upgraded boot times. Hopefully. Assuming it works.
All right. So now I got an SSD in here.
Slap her on in.
So
Can I have the old hard drive?
no. Pop that in. It was missing the screw to begin with, so yeah.
Maybe that screw goes through the case.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe that's where the
That's
long
the
one
center one. Okay. I'm the third or fourth owner of this laptop, so
It's gotten around.
yeah.
It gets around.
Oh crap. Apparently I gotta. There we go.
What are we doing? What? How'd I get here? Huh. Boop. So this now has an SSD.
And it should be booting straight from the this whatever the SD card.
I don't think it's going to boot at all.
You don't think?
$5 it catches fire before it boots.
Oh, it's loading off the SD card.
You in or
right?
out? $5.
Out.
Damn it. All right. Here we go. So this should be fairly straightforward. We're just gonna put Pop! OS reinstalled on this hard drive, and we could have cloned the hard drive over using Linux and then just threw it in and have it boot. But I've had problems with that, even on the same hardware and just cloning a hard drive. And it takes forever, so we might as well just reinstall and then reinstall all the updates. Get all the software set up. We'll go through the USB permissions modification that needs to be made for these two to communicate, the vinyl printer, and then we will draw something while Ethan turns off his furnace.
Sorry about that.
Welcome to Pop! OS. Yes.
My little office here is actually a utility room technically with a furnace right behind us. So
Good times. What? Hey! Oh, cool. Things.
That took roughly 15 minutes.
Yay! Stuff and things have happened.
So now it's completely booted off of the SD card. So now we just have to install it onto the hard drive.
I have clicked the install icon. Nothing has happened.
It's completely running off of that too, so it's going to be slow.
It's USB 2.0.
Yeah, so that's another thing. This laptop's so old, it doesn't have USB 3.0. It's USB 2.0. So it's running its operating system completely off of an SD card.
Ugh.
Through USB 2.0.
Gross. Even the mouse cursor lags. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Apparently it's 5:45 a.m.
It is not. It is currently 12:46 a.m.
Yeah, that. We're both fresh off of a 8-hour shift.
Actually, 9.5-hour shift.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did do 9.5 hours today. Well, that would explain why I'm extra tired. Oh yeah.
Try clicking on that again.
I went to the gym for an hour. Oh, look, there it goes. There it goes. So I go to the gym for an hour. Hit the gym pretty hard because I'm old and falling apart. And then work 9.5 hours. And then
keeps thinking it's...
Yeah, and then I come deal with this nonsense.
Why does it keep saying it's not responding even though it is?
Probably a default timer, like if it doesn't do something in a certain amount of time. This thing's just so slow, it's pathetic. You just click wait every time and hope for the best.
So we're going to do clean install or custom advanced?
Oh, clean. Erase everything and install a fresh copy. I've done advanced installations, but
there, it's reading. It can read the 931 gigabytes, so that means it should work.
Yes.
Just do my name.
First and last? No.
Just first. And change the... Yeah, you know the password already. Alright.
Now, nobody's going to see my hands, are they?
Do not do the encrypted password this time.
Don't encrypt.
That was rather annoying. I don't even know why I wanted that to begin with. Hey.
What? No, I'm not sleeping.
Wake up. It's done.
I wasn't sleeping. What?
Alright, so this says restart device or shut down.
I clicked restart and it is lagging. I clicked refart and it's not refarting, so...
This part's so boring there's a good chance we might actually cut 3/4 of it out.
We'll probably cut out everything but this part explaining cutting everything out.
Exactly.
And we'll skip to the part of it actually working, assuming I can stay awake long enough to finish installing the software.
So now everything is installed. We went ahead and did a test run just out of our own curiosity. So now we're going to do a time comparison compared to the first time we started it up. And yeah, go ahead and turn it on. I'll do another running counter.
It's still slow.
Yeah,
but it's a lot
still slow. Obviously, we're going to be bottlenecked by the CPU, but there's nothing I can really do about that at this point. So, but it's still, I would say, probably 5 times faster than the original.
I was actually able to open a web browser and go to a website in a few seconds instead of a minute.
Yeah. So now it's much more tolerable, at least.
It's funny because the SSD that just got installed in this is worth more than the entire computer. Hell, this trackball is probably worth more than this computer.
I bought 4 gigabytes of RAM at the max speed this thing can run for $8 shipped.
And here it is running.
Yeah. Which the RAM isn't installed still. Right now it's running the stock 3 gigabytes. Here in about a week I'm going to get the Samsung 4 gigabytes. And that should help a little bit, but not much.
Oh yeah, we gotta do
Alright, so now to the login there.
We'll have to do some testing with RAM compression as well.
Yeah.
Because I think the compression rate for Z-Swap is like 50%, so you'll get basically half your RAM usage, which will almost double your usable RAM.
Yeah.
At the expense of processing power.
Which this doesn't have much of, so we'll see.
It might have enough to where you won't notice it, but if it doesn't have enough power to do compressed RAM, it's going to cripple the whole system, which will be funny.
It'll cripple it even more than it is.
It'll make it pretty well unusable, which would be hilarious. Also, please clean the screen. It's gross.
Yeah. This thing, from the guy I got it from last time, it sat out in the garage with the vinyl cutter. Alright, so there we go. I'll stop the counter, and I would say that was a minute and a half, maybe. I don't know exactly. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure the other one was over 5 minutes, so.
Huge update. So Linux is fantastic for installing software. It's just, I find it so much easier. If you know the command, you just type it and run it and it goes.
Yeah.
If not, you can do this and go to a website. Here we got the InkCut project website. Under Linux, we'll copy all of this. We'll do Windows T. I think it's Windows T and Pop OS. Yep, brings up the terminal. Control-Shift-V, enter.
And that should install InkCut.
Unable to acquire lock. That tells me it needs admin permissions.
So sudo and then, yeah.
And then password. So by default, Linux security is pretty good. It won't let you just install things. It won't let you break things as quickly as you might think. You can still break things really bad in Linux, but
it's all a learning process.
Yep.
I'm letting him do the explaining here because I am literally just starting to learn Linux and a small amount of Python.
Yeah, I've been using Linux exclusively for like 5 years now, and I don't ever want to go back.
But yeah, here it's installing InkCut. And did we already install Inkscape?
No, I'm going to do that next. I'm going to show you why I think Linux is better for most people. If you learn it, it's just better. It's easier to work with.
Yeah.
I can literally open this terminal with one command, type in
InkCut, and it'll open the program.
Yeah, you don't have to look for anything. I used to work as a software technician for the car wash industry, and we would be logged into someone in like Switzerland or Puerto Rico, remotely logged into their computer, and you would go to move the mouse. I would do this and move it across the screen, and it wouldn't update on their end until like 10 seconds later. The mouse was unusable. The only thing you could do was use keyboard shortcuts. So you had to memorize all these shortcuts, and I could fly through menus. It looked like the system was haunted, and it freaked people out because menus would open and close real fast, and things would change and fly around the screen. People didn't like it, but the keyboard shortcuts and a lot of the more advanced stuff is just it's better. Alright, so it appears to have installed. I got no errors. Nah, I don't care about those. We're just going to try to run it. I don't have any files to cut yet.
Oh, yeah.
InkCut, command not found. Interesting. Oh, I think I've missed a few steps. Yeah, I did. That's alright, we'll just do this.
It goes step by step on that website.
Yeah.
What you got to do to get this installed.
Which is nice. Already says, okay, that's good.
And then you have to give it USB permissions and stuff, which we forgot to last time we did this, which was fun.
This adds your current user, in this case Ethan, to the dial-out security group, which will allow his account to access the USB ports and control hardware. Without that, you just get you don't even get like an access denied fault. It just doesn't work, and it took me a while to figure that out. So that should be done. We should be able to type ink cut, have it open the program. Nope, command not found. I think I did have to do a restart after this to get it to work. So the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to do sudo apt install Inkscape, which is a design program. And as long as that's a valid package, literally you just type install, apt install package name, enter, and it just goes. You don't have to open a web browser and Google search for Inkscape and then find the right installation files. This does it all for you. So if you know the command, it just goes. And as someone who uses software a lot and is always testing new things, it's so nice to just be able to do this. Real quick, let's just do
Inkscape.
We'll do can't type reboot.
Sudo reboot.
I don't know if you need admin privileges to reboot, but I don't even have to click or hit a power button. You can literally type reboot, hit enter, and it'll just reboot. And we're back. So we've installed everything, we've restarted. Let's try to fire up Ink Cut and see if it fails.
There it is.
Yep, yeah, so it did need a restart. I remember doing this, installing it, and then being frustrated when it just said command not found.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, you really just need to restart it because it updates.
See how it's bringing up a second window? It takes a second to load.
Yeah, it'll update things.
But just unknown isn't responding.
Yeah, this thing is so slow that the operating system literally thinks nothing's responding.
But based on how I remember it, it's still way faster right now. Because the back, see how the background's updating? It wouldn't even load before I did this new hard drive. So this alone is way faster already.
Alright, so we have that. Let's open Inkscape. Oh my gosh. I might be able to set it up so that it ignores that.
See how fast Inkscape came up?
New document. Yeah, this computer is very old, and this was not a high-end computer back in the day.
This is just, so I bought my vinyl cutter, and this came with it. That's the only reason why I'm still using it. I don't want to buy another laptop or whatever. So we're just making this work.
Now we're going to just do a quick text object here to cut on the vinyl cutter for a test run. What's a fun word at 2 in the morning after a 10-hour day of work?
Hello world. I'm going to turn on my cutter.
Actually, hello world's not bad. What's the default Commodore, the load command? Or I could just do poop. Let's just do poop. That's easier. So we'll do...
Remember, you got to do path.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. So we got our poop here.
Object to path.
Yeah, we select this. I'm going to zoom in for you here. Make our poop nice and big. We want a big poop with 2 big P's. So
make sure it's not more than 12 inches wide.
That's what she said.
Also, Inkscape and InkCut are both open source, so they're 100% free, which is what I wanted. I didn't want to spend monthly for a service, that I don't use that often.
Yeah, how much was it? 80 a month?
The original software that comes with that, the new software, is $80 a month. Or you could buy it for almost $800 a year or something like that.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Which I'm not going to do for something I might make $100 a year on, if that.
So we got our poop here.
Resized to 10 inches wide.
Yep, so we got it.
Currently I've got just over a foot piece of vinyl loaded, so that's why we're making it. This thing can cut up to 32 inches, I think, or 31 inches or something.
Yep. And so this, if you try to send this to InkCut to cut, it won't because there's no paths.
Yeah, it'll give you an error.
It's a text object. We need to make it
You have to
path.
cut around the letter, essentially.
So we go path, object to path. That'll convert it.
And that's it.
That's
and you
it.
save it.
And do file, save as.
Save it to the desktop.
Yep, desktop. And then we'll do a folder.
Inkscape files or something.
Yeah, Inkscape. Good enough. We're gonna call it poop. Nope, not a search. We need to replace this. poop.svg.
Save.
Save. Now
so now we can select that in ink cut and upload it.
File, open. And honestly, if I were just using this for design work, I wouldn't notice that this thing's old.
Hang on, let me zoom in a little bit before you keep continuing. You see those lines? That's the tool path it's going to take. So it's going to have a couple random lines, but it should cut around the letters just fine. Alright, so I forgot, we got to add the device, which is kind of important.
Device, setup. We're going to name it, what do you want to name this? What is that, Vinyl?
Vinyl Express R Series 2 is the name of my cutter. And then under driver,
it was the ink cut generic, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, we'll try both.
Okay, it was either ink cut generic or the red sail. Go back to the output.
Yeah, red sail RS 1360C.
Yeah.
Let's try. I think it was ink cut.
We'll try the generic, and then for
advanced test mode, connection is type serial port,
and then
USB 9600 8 none.
Select.
It's RTS and X on.
X on, X off. Yeah.
Protocol HPGL,
which is correct.
Filters none. Blade offset none. Okay.
Alright, so we should be good now. Before you send it,
turn the vinyl cutter on. I'll test to see if
it's on. So now you should send it to the.
Yep.
Alright, so it's connected. Now just run it.
So we'll go device, send to device, start. Size. Okay, material size.
Oh, this is where you set the size. You got to set the size in this software.
It's 0.24 inches by 0.5, so that's wrong.
No, hit cancel. And go to the size right there, width, 10 inches. There. And it'll resize it automatically. Now send that.
Yeah, it's.
I forgot, you got to resize it in ink cut as well. So. And you can also, on the control pad right there, you can set the speed and the pressure manually.
Pan over here to show them the commands.
So is it running all the...
This is what's happening in the background. This computer is sending individual movements to that machine.
Yeah. There we go. And it cut out the word poop.
We now have a poop vinyl. You want to go ahead and peel that off so we can stick it somewhere, like on this laptop?
No, not yet. Jesus. All right. Well, there you have it. We cut out a piece of vinyl successfully from a laptop that we installed a new hard drive. Pop! OS worked out all the USB permissions and everything. Fairly easy this time around, and it runs, I would say, 4 to 5 times faster than what it did. So I would say that's a success. It's still slow, but it works. So I'm happy. Literally all this thing's going to be doing is running that vinyl cutter. That's it. So
now you can make your own poop stickers whenever you want.
Yeah.
The vinyl cutter's what, 20-something years old?
I don't even know. This laptop's 16 years old. Vinyl cutter's probably at least 20 to 25. Or I don't even know. It's old.
Here's to another 25 years of cutting poop stickers.
Yep. Hope you enjoyed this video.
I did.
Hopefully.
I didn't. I want to go to bed. He's keeping me awake against my will. Please help.